Duality. What in the world is it? Well, on this episode of Kwik Shotz, I'm going to go over the definition of duality and why I think it needs to be more prevalent in society. And I think more people should know about the concept because I have a feeling that not a lot of people out there, if you've heard the word, you don't fully understand it or you're not entirely informed about it, which is not your fault. It's just something that, maybe you should look a little bit more into, and I think it's a really good concept. I want to explain it today on this episode of Kwik Shotz. So, straight up, let's get into it. First of all, we got the Webster Dictionary up. The dictionary definition of duality is being twofold, a classification into opposed parts or subclasses. What does that mean? Whoa, what does that mean? When I read that for the first time, I also did not understand it, but let me go into a little bit about what duality is. Duality is basically understanding both sides of a story. I think I say it in every single podcast and don't use the right word. I kind of refer to it as like the yin and yang of literally every single concept idea of it. So this is where I want to go with it. So in today's world, that there's a lot of single-minded people and that everyone only understands one part of the story and they just go with that and that's their only judgment. They could care less about what the other side has to say or think and doesn't understand what they're doing. It could also be used in, all right, I want to become a millionaire. Okay, what's the duality of that? You're probably thinking that I'm crazy. There's only good things to being a millionaire. Well, let's think about that a little bit more. If you think about it, if you want to be a millionaire, you got to work your tail off. There's no easy success to becoming richer than everyone else or in the top 5%, whatever it may be to make $1 million. But anyway, if you're a millionaire, if you're trying to work to be a millionaire, you're not going to have time to hang out with your friends. Nope, absolutely not. You're not going to have time to eat breakfast every morning. I mean, you're just going to be working all the time. So that's what duality is. It's basically seeing the pros and cons in everything. Because literally every decision that you make, whether it be a good decision or a bad decision, has consequences. I'm going to go to one of the easiest examples that I can think of, and it would be eating McDonald's. What is this podcast about, you might be asking? It's about duality. Here we go. This is the example. Why is McDonald's eating a McDonald's hamburger an example of duality? Check this out. So good things. Tastes really good. Real cheap. Really cheap. You're not spending $10 on a hamburger. I think it's like $2 for a cheeseburger at McDonald's or whatever it may be. It's convenient. It's real fast. Fast food. Doesn't take a lot of time to get your burger at all. It literally probably comes to you in a minute, 2 minutes when you're making your way around the drive-thru or like in the store. It doesn't take that long. But let's look at the other side of the story. McDonald's is extremely bad for you. Not good in your system. It costs $2. That's not high quality food. Also, it will probably take a couple years off your life for just eating one McDonald's hamburger. Don't hold me to that. I'm not a scientist. But you get the gist. I'm trying to explain the concept of duality. And that's what it basically is. You have to understand both sides of the story before you make a decision. So, the next time you're out with your friends and you decide, that kid that you always pick on in the group because, he's small or he's not very good looking or whatever it may be, put yourself in his shoes. How do you think he freaking feels? Freaking awful. He doesn't want to get made fun of. He might have to go home and hear the same thing from his mom and dad. He might have to go home and hear the same thing. Maybe he's dealing with mental problems. You have absolutely no idea. So the next time that you say something, understand both sides of the story. People don't understand the other people's culture. I got a hate comment last week for saying that I'm calling everyone human from now on, black, white, Asian. No, I'm an oppressor now. I'm an oppressor. So I had to realize that when I said that, I was going to get backlash. I didn't specify anything. It was just a Wisdom Wednesday, me talking for 15 seconds, and someone decided to write a book in the comment section. But besides the point, I said something that I thought that was really good, and a lot of people thought it was good. But there's always the other side, right? The evil that say, you don't understand, you just have to understand everyone's culture, and, you're oppressing my whatever identity I am, if I like guys or I like girls or I'm homosexual or I'm heterosexual or I'm transsexual, whatever it may be, you can never make absolutely everyone happy. That's also a very big thing about duality. Whatever you say, not everyone's going to agree with. Absolutely not. If you think you're living in a utopia and you think everyone's going to agree with what you're saying, good luck, because it's not true. You will never please or pleasure everyone that you talk to. Someone's always going to have the opposite side of the story. And I think it's good. It sparks conversation. It does things like that. You conversate over things that you didn't think you'd conversate about, but they usually turn into arguments when they're talking about big issues. Let's talk about politics. As soon as I say that, I guarantee that 15% of the people will click off of this podcast and go to the next one, or, start listening to music, whatever it may be, because the concept of politics is so talked about and no one can agree. Absolutely no one. Not one single person, because there's two sides and only one can win, and you'll never back down. You cannot change someone's mind. That is something else that you have to understand. When you go into an argument, especially about politics, where there are it's a fine line and there's no middleman, whatever it may be, that you're not going to win. Straight up. You can understand what someone else has to say. I will tell you that I try and be as unbiased as possible. There is obviously biases in every single person out there. But when when people start talking about politics, if you're not hearing what you want to hear, then you're out of the conversation. Most people do not respect the other side whatsoever because they're so conformed to one opinion. Oh my God! So that's my spiel on politics and duality in that form. But let's go back to duality. Let me wrap this podcast up. So duality, understanding both sides of the story, both sides of the judgment before making that final opinion or whatever it may be. So next time you're out and you are uneducated about something, go get educated so you can make an informed opinion. And I'm not talking about if I like the Philadelphia Phillies. Don't look on every Philly sports page about why the Philadelphia Phillies are the best team in the MLB, because they're not. But anyway, look at why they're not the best team in the MLB. Why do they suck? Why are they not as good as the other teams? After that, then you can make your opinion. Then, because you got both sides of the duality. There's pros and cons to everything, people. Understand what the pros are. Understand what the cons are. Boom. Then you make your decision. And when you make your decision, there's gonna be skeptics. There's gonna be hypocrites. There's gonna be everyone just trying to hate on you. Basically, that's the concept of duality, guys. I hope this helped you guys understand what duality is, the yin and yang of everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like this podcast, I guess. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to. But I hate saying that anyway. But yeah, have a good rest of your day. Hope you're getting through whatever you're getting through. And as always, y'all just keep on keeping on.